I feel weird today. Maybe I'll start tying a jig up, and then maybe some people will join, and then I could start talking. I got a lot of stuff to do, but we'll tie a jig quick, and then we'll start unboxing stuff. I got a bunch of cool stuff that I have had for like 2 months, and I've been wanting to unbox them for 2 months. I've been wanting to live stream for 2 months. I just have not had the desire to be over here that much or get on camera. I've been doing a lot of other hobbies and stuff, and I feel like if I'm not in a huge mood to, tie jigs, I tend to not, because it will show in the jigs. So what I'm tying now is this a 1/4 ounce football head. I made some of these for myself because I don't fish a ton, but the last 3 times I went out, I slayed them pretty well. Now, I was using the 4-inch spark shad from Mega Bass, and I was just swimming the football heads in shallow, rocky areas. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, so when you're swimming the football head, it's nicking all the rocks and stuff, at least where I fish. And yeah, I was doing really well on them. Just using a finesse football head as a swim bait head, basically, with a spark shad. And the spark shad stood out way more than other stuff. I had other paddle tails, and I was using drop shot baits, like the straight tail stuff, and kind of swimming them. But the spark shad, I think the spark shad is a bait that I will always pay for and always have. Even the 3-inch ones. Versatile bait. Obviously, I just said jig trailer, awesome. Swim bait trailer is awesome. Texas rig is awesome. You could free rig them. I don't know why you would. You can drop shot them. Shout out to Sally Hansen. Like I said, I woke up, felt like trash. But I've been wanting to do a live stream because I have a lot of unboxings from other bait makers in the country that they sent me. And I feel like they deserve a shout out for the stuff. So finally, I think it's been 2 months. It feels that way, at least. I also got last month's Bento box that I unboxed myself, but I never did a video on. And I had this month, or it was 2 months ago actually, I got last month's box and I haven't even opened it yet. So we'll run through that. That's always fun to just unbox stuff like that and then have opinions on what the hell they sent you, because usually it's all just crazy JDM stuff. But yeah, no breakfast. I've been drinking these at least one a day for a couple months. It's killing me. Anyways, this is cool as hell. So I don't know if he's in the chat, but some guy wanted me to make him some white bucktail jigs, right? I'm like, okay, I can make some white bucktail jigs. And he says he likes lavender, and Sexy Shad was one of his favorite patterns. So you guys know Sexy Shad pattern on I don't know, square bills and stuff like that from Strike King. But this turned out pretty damn good. I mean, look at this. He said he wanted 6 inches, but this is about 5.5. I don't know if you could see it well, but there you go. He's in the chat. This is cool. So I put, I think, 2 layers of white bucktail to start. I started, the lighting's terrible, hold on. So there's some chartreuse on the sides, right? And then on the very top, there's some like lavender in there. So you're gonna see that in the water, you know, the color is gonna break up in the water. So it's not like you're gonna see purple in and out. So there's 2 layers of white bucktail. I use like the longest piece of the tail. And the first 2 layers of bucktail are on the shank. And then the 3rd layer was the color, the lavender, the chartreuse, and then the bottom was white for the 3rd layer. Then the very last layer was white. And it ended up looking cool. And this is a 4/0 hook. This is a must-have 4/0 3/8. I have a bunch more poured up. Shout out Bates Hotel. So this mug is good for just putting jigs in if the jigs are coming out of the bulk marabou. I don't know where you can get bulk marabou, but I don't know how much you're tying, but you can get probably 15 jigs tied of just, hold on. If you're just tying marabou jigs without like anything else, with a bag of this, let me see. My brain is going really fast. So this is the extra select red, whatever. You're probably wanting black or something. Like you could tie 15 jigs with this. So like, I think the only reason you would want to buy bulk for this is if you're tying a ton. And if you do buy bulk, you're probably looking for black, which is probably the hardest color to get. And if you go to Thorne Brothers in Blaine, Minnesota, they're probably sold out because I bought them all. Sorry about that. Yeah, I have a whole container of just like bright color marabou, then a whole container of like natural color marabou. But yeah, for like bulk, I don't know, but like you can just go on like a fly fishing site. Some of the stock is like really low for black, but if you could find a site that has like 4 or 5 or 6 bags, just buy all of those, and that should last you a while. I don't know how much you're tying, but a bag goes a long way. I think they're like $6 for a bag. So yeah, this is just a box of stuff that I need to take pictures of and edit the pictures and crop the pictures and put them on the website and do the inventory and put them up for sale, but I have not been in the mood to do that or motivated to do that. There's another bag of just like fox and hare stuff. That might be today where I just take pictures all day. Or you could just give stuff away. So like this reel, see now I'm tying a jig and I've just lost complete track of what I was doing. So this SV Coastal, I have not put this on a rod yet, and I've had this reel for like a year and a half. Like, if anyone's interested in this, I don't know. I'd give you a deal on it, but like, I think I'm more interested in like spinning gear now. We'll talk. I got reels and rods here. We can talk about that later, but Thorne Brothers is pretty cool. They do have a lot of new like, I don't know. To me, like, I think it's cool. They have like JDM plastics and stuff that you can't find anywhere. I do have a bag of stuff that I'm gonna show from Thorne Brothers from today that I bought. But let's finish up this 20-minute jig here. So this jig I'm tying only for, you know, swimming a spark shad. I tied in a bait keeper. Now I can put silicone on it or hair. I'm going to do hair and then silicone. And since this is the closest thing to me, I'm going to use this elk hair. So it's like an off-white kind of brown. I got a brown head with like chartreuse speckles in it. So maybe we'll do some kind of like green silicone. Like go really light on it. Super light on it. A little bit past the hook point. Or not the hook point, the hook bend. But yeah, I have not been in this like fishing corner and I feel like forever. Like I do have orders that I'm still doing, but I'll come over here and like knock out 3 jigs and I'm like I'm burned out. And I have like a 2-year-old that's like taking a lot of my attention too. So I mean, I'm not as like productive as I'd want to be, but I think I need a freaking break because I'm going crazy. But it's not all because of fishing, it's just like life stuff that makes me not want to do anything. It's honestly been like that for a long time, but we're here. Alright, so I got a top layer and a bottom layer of this elk hair. I'm gonna whip it down so that line doesn't like slide around. So now it's set. I'm really low on thread right now. Life is brutal. Like I was saying, like eat, sleep, and get tortured, right? Gotta listen to music, man. Anyways, so SDG, I don't know if he's in the chat, but I was watching one of his videos and I saw he used these like hair clip things. That's what I'm gonna use right now. So I can tie in my silicone without this hair getting like all in my thread. So we're gonna put a little bit of silicone on here, and then we're gonna finish the jig off, and this jig is gonna be amazing for swimming a spark shed. So something brownish, something green. Here's a green black with some gold in it. Why not? Lures for therapy, yeah. That is it's definitely a good hobby to stay busy. And it, in a way, it's like an art too. Good time killer. So this I think is 20 strands. This is like beginner 101. I'm gonna take half of it. I'm gonna put half of it on my desk in my pile of silicone. I'm gonna take half of this half. See, like, I kind of was shaking a little bit. I'm gonna put half of that, so this is a quarter of the tab on the top, and then a quarter on the bottom. And I will finesse cut it too. So it's gonna have like a finesse crawl look, but I'm gonna be swimming it, but that's fine because it's gonna work. I don't think the smallmouth give a shit. So now I use a different clip, like a bag clip, to pull the silicone away. So that way when I'm tying, I can get my thread right up next to the head. Yeah. I'm gonna do the same thing on the bottom. And it's not gonna completely cover like the thread. You can spread the silicone out if you want, but there's gonna be gaps there, but that's fine. For one, the bass don't care. And two, I don't want too much silicone on there, so it has to be that way. And it's gonna look good anyways. So now I'm gonna pull this back for the bottom half. I'm pretty much done. So like you could put flash in it, you could put another color of silicone in here. You could put bucktail, marabou, squirrel, whatever, and it would look cool. I could do that, but like this jig as it is it's gonna work really good. So I don't have a need to like use more material. So this is how can I order some marabou jigs? Send me a DM on Instagram or email briancole89@gmail.com. That was really fast. Yeah, just get a hold of me and we'll just talk. We'll talk about head styles, we'll talk about hook sizes, we'll talk about colors, we'll talk about feather colors, head colors, hook size. Did I say that? So anyways, holy cow. This is how I finesse cut. I take this, we're going to call this the hook side of the silicone. I'm going to cut a little bit of it, like a 1/2 inch past the bend, right? A little bit there. Then the rest of it, I'm going to cut it long. Same thing on the bottom. So this way they're not all lined up. And you get kind of like a staggered look. And I'm going to do that for the head side with the bottom side. I'll do the top last and I'll show you why. So a little bit shorter, a little bit shorter. What are you guys doing on, what is it, Tuesday? Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Are you guys done with work? So I just did that. So the top side, I'm going to cut more. I know I'm swimming this, but I'm going to cut it more short and more finesse. So I'm actually going to go, instead of like short up here, I'm going to go short right here for just a couple of the strands on each side. I'm shaking like a leaf. It's pretty fun. So then I only have 3 strands left. So I'll leave like 2 long and I'll cut the middle one like 3/4 of the length as those. Then cut them long. So that this way all the lengths aren't the same and it doesn't look like, I don't know, there's no like straight line anywhere. It's just all staggered and random looking. So that's basically it right there. And then I don't know if I have a spark shed with me, but this has a trailer keeper on it that I tied the very first thing I did. You'll put that there and it'll look good. And then it will catch fish, unless I snag it, because it doesn't have a weed guard. But so this has the 90-degree hook. I Dremelled my mold, my football head mold, to take these owners. I don't know what the model number of the owner is, but it's a 3/0 light wire owner hook. Now I'll be fishing these on this rod, this red sleeve rod, which is my Megabass Ronin. It's a 6'9" medium rod. It's super nice for like finesse jigs. Anything like a 1/2 ounce or more, it loads kind of goofy. But like anything less than that, you could really like set the hook and it feels good on those. And it's a short rod, so like bank fishing is fun with it. Now, since we have so much stuff to unbox, should probably at least start on that because I'm probably going to get sidetracked. So I showed you that white bucktail jig. Look how big this thing is. This is another white bucktail. It's white bucktail. Yeah, you can see a lot of it's brown. So I am pulling the hair off the back. I honestly don't really know a lot of techniques of like how to pull or cut it off the tail. I just do it how I think it should be done, but this should work. I do have white bucktail on me, but I got this because I use a lot, especially making this. Use quite a bit, so basically got that for insurance for myself. Another custom order, some guy wants like a blue crab type of jig. I think he wants like a blue crab like hybrid marabou hair jig. So I got this shad gray deer belly hair. I did see this like 2 times ago when I went to Thorne Brothers, and I was like, that looks cool. Never bought it because I didn't need it. And then some guy brought up the blue crab thing. I'm like, dude, I know where to get something that would look cool. So today I got this. That's gonna look pretty cool. It's like a smoky shad, bluish, grayish color. Anyways, then I got some more purple deer body because I ran out of purple. And this one's like a more muted, not so loud purple. The last one I had was pretty obnoxious looking. It's not like a lavender color like this, but this is a bucktail. This is the body hair. But I use the body hair a lot more. It's shorter, but it splays out, and it looks good on jigs. Yeah, I don't have an example of what I had before, but here's like a more darker bucktail. Darker purple. So I have like a drawer of just loud bucktail, a drawer of like natural bucktail, and a drawer of just patches of like deer hair with all these colors, like a ton. Anyways, What else did I buy? I got some more thread. I got some more GSP. Beavis GSP 100 and 150 white and black. I think I bought out the 100 white and the 100 black from there, but they didn't have a lot. Like, I only got 4. But I'm always in need of the 100 black. It's like that's the go-to right now. I know a lot of other tires hate that thread, but I love that thread. But everyone's different. It's just like a paintbrush. Everyone uses different stuff. Otherwise, everyone would have the same shoes, you know? What else did I buy? Unnecessary items coming. Rhythm Wave 3.8. So anything like 4 inches or less are like my go-to plastics for like, I have a ton like from other bait makers that I use, but I don't know. I still buy stuff. So I do have the Rhythm Wave. I do have the Rhythm Wag that I got from Thorne Brothers. I have them right here, actually. Oh, boy. We're not even, like, 20% done with the stuff. So here's the Jacko Rhythm Wag 3.5. So this bait, I saw this bait 2 times ago when I went there. Like a month ago. I haven't done live videos in forever. So this is the Rhythm Wag. It's a 3.5, so it's shorter, but it's got like a forked tail. And the reason why I got this was for drop shot. But you can put this on a jig. You can Texas rig this. But this, mostly I got this for drop shot, a good drop shot bait. So I got that. Talked about that. So today I got these. These are the guppy heads from Dirty Jigs. Everybody, I don't know, not everybody, but a lot of people, it's popular. These are 3/8 or 3/16. Pretty popular finesse size for shallow. 3/0 hook. It's a decent size hook. And why did I buy these? Because do you see that bait, that molded bait keeper on there? Imagine tying like white marabou on bottom and then chartreuse on top, or like an olive on top with chartreuse. Those are cool. I got those to tie, to experiment. So this is another bait that, I don't know, they got some flack for it, but this is kind of like the Megabass. It's kind of like the Megabass Dark Sleeper, but it's the Berkeley version. And these are the 3/8 version, the 2 1/4 size. I got these because I was catching a lot of smallmouth on these, and I lost mine. So I got more. So they work. They do work. So I got more of those. And then these are Savage Gear. I'm gonna open this bag. But these are 3-inch like paddle tails. So I got like a natural minnow kind of color. But this says that they're Duratec 12X tough. So let's see if these things like stretch. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But this looks like just another like, yeah, they stretch like crazy. So these things aren't gonna get chewed up like those Rhythm Waves will be. These are gonna be like that jig that I just tied. Where is that at? Epic Eric is in the chat. So I just tied this jig, right? I tied this jig to put a paddle tail on the back. Look. Let's just see if what I was visualizing will make any sense. This is actually a good color to match up with it too. So you got a little bit of hair, you got that like little bit of like random staggered silicone. And this is all that I need, is this 1/4 ounce football head, and just to swim it and like bang against rocks. This is the whole reason why I tied that jig, was for this. And it stretches, so smallmouths aren't going to bite the tails off. So that's a cool bait. I haven't used it yet, but it's a Savage Gear bait, and it has the Duratech technology in it. So these are meant for Ned rigs too. So like, you could put these on a Ned rig. I have also been doing well with the Hazadong shad, biting the nose of it off so it's flat and putting it on a Ned head. Like, I don't know, anything like 1/8 or higher with a Hazadong shad, because it has the slit in the bottom, the hook slot, so you're not going through a bunch of plastic if you Texas rig it with this Ned rig, this weedless Ned rig. So it's basically like a weighted Texas rig swimming a Hazadong shad, but it's a Ned bait, and you swim the freaking thing. And I think I was killing them on like it was like a clear white saltwater color with like red speckles in it, but it worked. And any color head I used worked. I think I lost like six of them in like an hour. But yeah, these are all like 1/4 ounce and 3/8 ounce football heads that I was planning on using for swimming plastics. So that was Thorne Brothers. Pretty cool, right? I got one thing from Cabela's. Tell me this is not like, it's a Cabela's brand plastic, right? Everyone has their opinion, but tell me this isn't going to be amazing on a drop shot. It's a black leech. I don't care what brand you are, like, that's going to be amazing. And plus, like, look at the length of this. I don't even know if it has a length. There's a 5-inch leech. So it's fat on one side, and then the whole thing's flat. You could honestly, like, take this flat side, fold it, so it's doubled up, and then freaking put that on a jig. And this thing will just be swimming behind the hook. I don't know. Half of this stuff I'm probably not going to be using. Like, I'm going to use it eventually, but, like, I got a lot of stuff to go through first. Epic Eric. I got a whole peg full of those Berkeley shaky heads. I gotta freaking do those. Oh god. Next, so I want like a giveaway, right? This is from Bayside Tackle. He's on Instagram. This is his logo and his stickers. He made me a hair jig. I wish I could. Let me get my hemostats to show you this. So this has a sickle hook in it. Looks like a 3/0 sickle hook. It has an ostrich herl on the top. So that's going to come down with the water, It has orange bucktail, olive bucktail, like a golden olive flash in it. And it has looks like tan saddle hackle in it. I don't know what this side thing is. It's like it looks like a gill plate kind of. It's a short feather. I don't know if it's like one of those guinea type of feathers, but I never tie with that stuff, so I don't know for sure. That kind of looks like a gill plate, right? Chartreuse, orange head, red eyes. It's a cool bait. So thanks to him for sending me this. It's pretty cool. Super gill looking. It's got like those bright tones in it, but it's still natural looking. So it's a pretty good tie too. Yeah. So I got that. I don't even know if I'm half done yet. Does anyone on Instagram know who Duby Swimbaits is? This is Duby. You can follow him on Instagram. There's his phone number. There's his website. So, he hooked me up with this sweet looking wake crankbait here. It's a shad pattern. It has these monster treble hooks on it. It's got like that custom etched bill. His logo in the bill. All the hardware is like super high, like super super thick gauged. And it's built really strong. And it's like, it effortlessly moves. Swings. It's just built really strong. And like this clackle. It's got that like wooden clackle. The tail's like really durable. It's a pretty cool bait. It's got like that. Look at the mug on this thing. The paint job. So shad style, like I don't have shad where I live, but shad colors work really good. I don't know if it's like a minnow thing or what, but like any like shad patterns I throw in the river work really well. Look at that thing. So I do have a rod here that I'm going to use for these baits, for these swim baits. I say swim baits because I might have another box to open. So he gave me an extra tail and extra eyes. Like, that's pretty cool. So thank you to him. Shout out to the Dubies. So like some of this stuff I've had for a while, but I just have not. I have not been wanting to go on live stream and talk because I'm a lizard, I guess. So outside of like Brian's Custom Tackles being the coolest name for a bait company, tell me this isn't the coolest name for a bait company. I have 2 boxes of his stuff. Big Booty Baits. Probably the coolest name I've ever seen. Ever heard of. So here, this is all plastics. But I'll just give you a sneak peek of this like custom box I made. So this is like, all of these will, like a lot of these will work. All of them will work, but like I got these like straight tail Ned baits. Like a watermelon, red, black, and then like a black neon. It's like neon, what is neon color? Is that black and red flake? So these. So I had the Ned head that I showed, right? This isn't the weedless version, like my weedless version. I sell the Gamakatsu 1-aught. I'll just rig this up because we have all day. So look, so I have a longer hook on it, right? Because it's an EWG hook. But look at it; it still has all that wiggle in it in the tip. I'm barely moving it. So that fits well even with like a bigger hook like that. So I'm just gonna keep that rigged and put it in here. So he sent me, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different colors of this. Like it's like a baby rage menace kind of. So it has the flanged claws. So this is like a motor oil orange. So these would work Ned bait or a trailer. This would be a great trailer because it has a fat body on it. Good for a trailer. And then this coming up the end for finesse jigs even. Well, probably finesse jigs would be the best for that. For me, here's like a smoky shad look, like a dark back, silver bottom. Here's like a raspberry color, raspberry white flake, pink flake. Pretty cool. I don't know how long these are. Oh, like a ruler. So, check him out, Big Booty Baits. 3 inches. So I'll kind of go quick, but here's like a bubblegum matte colored bait. It has black and reddish flake in it. And this is going to be an awesome bait. It's like a chartreuse black flake. These are probably going to get chewed up pretty well. So he sent me some like smaller crappie baits too. Like little grubs. Grub. Here's like I don't know what this bait's called, but it has like that diamond tail on it, flat. So this is like a neon color meaning black with red, and it has some blue in it. Here's another grub, like a motor oil grub. Double tail grub. It's like a blue smoky, green pumpkin red, or watermelon red, and then a smoky blue. Double tail grub. This is a nice jig trailer again. Got the fat body. Active tail. So here are a couple of swim baits. One's like black with gold and red flake, and the other ones are just the watermelon red black. Good colors. I want to show all the colors. Black and blue, white, red, black flake. Like, you're not gonna find this stuff at the store. It's got some translucency to it too. Big words. You use big words here. So there's a whole box of plastics, right? I have another box of plastics. This one has a lot of Senkos in it. 6 different colors for Senkos. One's a larger sized one. So what is this, like 6 inches? 5.5 inches. This is kind of a cool color. Natural color. Translucent color. I can't describe, like, it's like a muted gold with gold flake and black in it. Maybe like a pumpkin, maybe? Is that the color? Pumpkin? Not green pumpkin, but pumpkin. In the fishing world, pumpkin is a color. It's not orange. Here's kind of the same, but it's more of like, this one's like two-toned almost. But it's got like that, it's like a brighter pumpkin with gold flake in it. Senkos, dude. These are shorter Senkos. So these would work, Texas rig. You can put these on a shaky head. You could wacky rig them. You can cut them in half and use them as Ned baits. You could put a rattle in it. You could do whatever you want. Green, pumpkin, orange. So here's a very popular color that I use for Neds. I know, what's the company? I can't think of it right now. But they have Neds that are X-Zone. They have a similar color that I use a lot. Orange and green pumpkin. So this, here's another color. It's gold, red, and gold flake on one side, translucent. Then the other side is like a pumpkin, black flake. So a bunch of Senkos. Did I show this one? It's like a darker, it's like not quite black, but it has gold flake in it. It's almost like a smoky color. So very uncommon colors, but natural colors at the same time. So this is kind of like an Aaron's Magic color. Reddish brown with green pumpkin on top. Two-tone laminate. So a bunch of Senkos. So there's trick worms, and there's a few color, and like 4 different color fluke style baits. So here's the fluke style baits, longer. Now I did open this box earlier, and I was like messing with the stuff, and these are like pretty freaking like tough baits. Like they're pretty strong. They have a belly slot in them too. So flukes are nice. Here's like that gold smoky gold flake color. Like they're really durable, but like they're super soft. Let's see. Then I got like that neon color again. Black, red flake, white flake, some purple flake. I don't really know anything about making plastic baits, but like getting it to be soft and durable at the same time. See how Texas rig 4-aught hook I would use for this. So the trick worms, let's see. I think I got one color for the trick worms. It's kind of like, what is that? Morning Dawn. It's translucent in the light, but I got that blue on the bottom, pink on the top. some trick worms. And then last but not least, we have this like raspberry purple flake craw. So this craw is it's like a 4 1/4 inch bait. And, I mean, if you wanted to cut it here, you could make it a trailer if you wanted for a bigger jig. Or you could Texas rig it like it is. Or you could put it on a Ned. Or you could put it on a shaky head. You could free rig it. But yeah, it's got like the claws are like semi-flanged. But they're not like hard flanged, if that makes any sense to anybody. But yeah, thank you to Big Booty Baits, the coolest bait making company name in the history of the world. Whew! I got 2. I'm gonna save the last box for my last unboxing. It's over there. This is this one right now. Not making sense. So this is the Bento box from June. July. What is it? July. I don't know. This one might even be July's box. I doubt it though. I don't know. Let's see what I got. Some pretty fat paddle tails from DRT. Cramp Shad. Working Class 0. Is this this might be like a DRT Working Class 0 collab. Joy Thief color. Typically like Working Class 0 and DRT are like those West Coast guys with like the big swim baits and stuff that I don't own. So I don't know if like they did a collaboration with like the color or the bait. Probably the color. But yeah, that's a beefy swim bait. I wouldn't use it for smallmouth, but it's a good natural color. I'd honestly like maybe drop shot this bait on like a 4-head hook. Like power shot this thing. Or just swim it. I don't know. You can do whatever you want. So these baits are amazing. One of my favorite. Shad tail 3.6. I don't really care what color it is, but here's a new color that I haven't seen before or never knew existed. It's like a shrimp color. Pink, black flake, silver flake, red flake. So these are really like oily baits. They are really soft. They move a lot. These are great. Like I said on this, I never said it, but like this 1/4 ounce football head with a swim bait on it, this would be good. But since the plastic is so soft on this, I tend to use these for drop shot more. Or you can use them on Okashira head, the screw head. I use those, and I use the spark shad a lot on the Okashira head. So I do have an OSP spinnerbait up here somewhere, but here's another one. This is a 5/8 ounce high pitcher spinnerbait. I think I have the high pitcher max, and it's like a cool purple color, but a little heavier than a 1/2 ounce. I wonder how like strong this would be if a pike just destroyed it. It's got like custom blades on it and everything. I'm sure it's not a cheap bait. So it looks like it's built pretty strong. It's got a really good molded keeper on it. I'm sure the hook is like amazing too. So this is like a shad color, shad pattern. So that was there in the box. Whew. And every month you get like a limited color from the Hookup. And this is the color for this month. The last like 3 or 4 months have been the same. You get the same color for both the Pop Max and the Vision 110 that come in the box every month. You'll get a Vision 110 and a Pop Max every month. But the last like 3 to 4 months has been the same color for both. So for this month, it's the same. This is the matte red lizard. Take a gander. What do you think? It's got like a hot orange and like that matte purple top on it. Kind of like a hot craw, kind of. It's got like a crackle paint job as well. But it's got like a tiger paint job, and then it's got crackle in the background. Could open these up. Pretty tough to fish that. But I do have like, I'm starting to have like a collection of these now since I think I've had the Bento box since like the first month I've had it. So like all the Pot Maxes that I've gotten, I haven't fished yet because I still have a couple Pot Maxes that I use of just normal colors. I haven't lost them, so like I haven't opened those. And for this is like one of my favorite baits, and I do collect. There's one bait I collect, and it's this bait. I have a lot of these, and not even from Bento box only. I buy these on eBay sometimes, or I used to when I had money. I got a lot. I got like Tupperwares. Like, I got to do a video on that. I gotta find someone else out there that does the same weird stuff that I do, and we should just do like a collab video of like Vision 110 collections. I know there's crazy people out there. I've seen them on Facebook. Okay, this is just, I gotta show you the bait. It's a ball head with the weed guard. It's a Depths brand. It's a ball head. It's got a double molded keeper on it. Yeah, these would work really good on the river. So it has a 90-degree hook, and the hook is horizontal, not vertical. I do not know the reasoning of that, but it's got a heavy wire hook, it says. So it has the head weight at 3.5 grams, so don't even know what that is. Looks like a 1/4 ounce though, just by looking at it. I'm assuming it's lead. It's got to be lead. If it's tungsten, they usually throw it out there really loud. So I haven't heard of this jig head before, but I mean, it's pretty simple. Like, stick a sunbait on there, it'll be good. So what is this? Lucky Craft crankbait. It's like a small crankbait, 4 grams, 42 millimeters. I don't know like the diving depth of this, but looks like a super shallow running bait. So this is it's like a trout pattern almost. It has like that pink middle translucent body. Yep, translucent body. It's got like a brown top, clear belly, black lateral line with like some pink in the middle. Pretty interesting. So yeah, that's just like a river bait to me, or something to swim over grass. I don't crank a lot, but oh yeah, it's like there's one thing I stayed from 2 Bento boxes ago that I was like, what the hell is this? The hell is this? Infinity Professor. Okay, but like these are 2.4 inch like little tiny straight tail, like they're super weird looking. They're salted. Like, what am I going to use this for? Like, I'm not talking trash, but like, I mean, yeah, you could drop shot it. You could, I don't know, put it on the back of a hair jig, but like, someone tell me, like, are you going to go out of your way to order this? Or if you saw this in the store, do you buy it? If it was like $2? I never watched the video of like what this bait was for or how it's used, but like, I mean, it's soft, but like, I don't know how I'm going to use this. I know you break these off. This isn't like one bait. I would hope not. Like, what the hell? The hell am I going to do with this? The hell am I going to do with this? I can't even Ned rig this bait. It's so short. I could, like, on a non-weedless hook, but like, I got better options. I got worms. dude. I mean, come on now. That leech was better. I don't know. I'm not talking... I am talking crap, kind of, but... I don't know the reasoning around that bait. I feel like there's 100 better options than that. Not that I'm like angry, but just like just confused. I have one more unboxing. I wonder if I have anything else to show you guys. Because this unboxing is gonna be pretty crazy. Doesn't look... Oh yeah, so my last 3 videos I made, my phone died every single time. So I lost like everything on all of them. That is, the one I just showed, excluding that green plastic, is, yes, it is. Most of this wall is like stuff from the Hookup. For me, like, as a Vision 110 collector, I'm like, shit, I gotta get these. But, like, I use all the plastics, like, all the Megabass plastics, OSP plastics, the Depths plastics, I use those. But I have, like, a lot of, like, random brand stuff. He sends a lot of crankbaits out. He sends a lot of, like, JDM bladed jigs I have. I mean, you'll get some terminal tackle, but, like, nothing much outside of, like, he'll throw like 2 things of plastics in there, like a hard bait, and you get a Vision 110 and a Pop Max in every one, and then sometimes you'll get something crazy, like something uncommon. But yeah, that's the box. A lot of the stuff is cool because it's like unique and stuff that you would never see in the store or even knew existed. And you'll get it and you're like, oh, okay. It gives you some ideas. This is my last box. You guys might know who... This is another bait maker. He makes baits for fishing. So I've had this box for like I feel like I've had it for 3 or 4 days and I haven't opened it. Ooh, favorite color Vision 110. I don't know, dude. Don't make me get my box out. I'll do it. Probably the smallmouth color. That one's the best. That's my favorite. Favorite Smallies hair jig. Are you talking hair jig or are you talking marabou jig? For marabou, I mean black. Honestly, olive and brown are good colors too. For like colors, for like a crawhair jig, for me, browns with some chartreuse in it. If we're talking like bucktail and animal hair, just, you know, brown, olive. You could accent the colors with like orange or chartreuse, and then black is good as well. Another thing with these quarter-ounce football heads that I'm obsessed with right now is to put on the collar, put marabou around the collar, so that like if you have a swim bait, like a spark shad, you have like this black marabou like swimming in front of it as the tail's going. So you could contrast the color. You know, you could have like a white swim bait and then like a black marabou on it. I tend to stick with like the black, brown, olive marabou on those. And like the swim bait, honestly, I don't really care like what color it is, unless it's like red or like some weird, like any like shad color, gill color, minnow color. They eat it all. Like if you could find the fish, like I feel the color isn't so important. But like if the water's super muddy, then yeah, you could maybe think of the color more. Like, but like in dirty water, they're gonna be biting like brown jigs. I don't know. So I sent this guy a bait. No, I sent this guy a box of jigs a couple months ago. I think it was actually February. But this guy made a bait for me as well. We traded. I also have something to show you after this. That's kind of funny. But yeah, this is Marling Baits. Marling Baits. So I knew who Marling Baits was, and I watched his YouTube before I even knew that like you could tie a jig. Like before I even got into fishing like that. Like honestly, a lot of like the stuff he does with the twist wire stuff is kind of what I try to incorporate in my wooden baits, and I have like put that in my jigs before. Twist wires for like claws and stuff, which is a cool idea. It's an easy, quick idea. I have made a few wooden baits before. I should just show you guys my wooden baits. I don't have a lot of them, so it wouldn't take long. I'm unboxing. I'm going to show you my baits first, because I think, well, obviously, I know mine are going to look way worse than his baits. So I got my Jig Squad chair here. Jig Squad. Shout out to Jig Squad. Hookup. We gotta do a giveaway too. I love just showing stuff that makes me cringe. So the first wooden bait I ever made in my life. Ready? This is a topwater walking bait. So all like the techniques that I use to make this bait, not trying to make him look bad, but I used Marling Baits videos to kind of like help me with this stuff. But this is a topwater bait. I painted the top blue. Also my first airbrushed bait. Carved like a fin in there and like a gill. Colored the mouth red. Like it looks kind of cool. But it's kind of square, you know, because I can't carve. So the bait like glides on the top of the water. It looks like it can get bit. Like I don't think there should be a problem with it getting bit. I put a hand-tied feather treble on the back. Haven't caught a fish on it, but I've only fished it one time. Like I'd rather fish like a mega bass. Let's see. The second bait I've ever made. We're almost at the end. This giant ass square bill. Same kind of concept with like twist wire stuff. And I think the gauge I used was too small, but it'll work. So there's like the lip, the paint job. The paint job got way better on the second time. So that's obviously a gill pattern. White, orange throat, dark top. But look how crappy of carving. Oh shit! Look how crappy of carving I did. It's like it's a literal square bill. Square bill. Look at that mug on him. Oh yeah, so the eye, like one eye is like lower than the other. I like that paint job though, for being a noob. Oh yes, I carved these scales in. It actually looks. I'm surprised that I did that. Actually, that's kind of cool. I like. Honestly, haven't fished this bait. I don't know how it swims. I don't know. I never like engineered the angle of this. Bait number 2. Giant square bill. I have 3 more baits that I made in the history of my existence. Topwater rat. I did, you know, I used the smaller gauge twist wire stuff. It's skinny wire, but this is my connection. I don't think it doesn't look very pretty. But like the carving of the mouse looks kind of cool. I went with the chartreuse face so I could see it in the water. And the back is chartreuse so I could see it. Otherwise it's like a dark green. The bottom has 2 little hits of chartreuse that I painted. I stole this tail from a Spro bait, because if you buy a Spro rat, you get an extra tail. And I had that purple one, and I took the chartreuse tail out of it. So this one, I swim tested this. I haven't like gone out and fished with this, but It's got kind of a flat bottom too, so it's gonna glide a little bit. But this is also not balsa, so it's not weighted very well. Like, I have 2 holes of lead in there, and it just kind of like, almost half of the bait sits in the water, but like, it makes noise and it looks decent with that tail. Like, it'll get bit, but I don't know, it's not like the best swimming bait. So I had those legs carved in there. It's funny, it's cool to look at. It's not terrible, not a terrible carving. 2 more baits. This paint job looks pretty cool, but this bait it's awful. Like, as far as like functionality in swimming. So I carved this. Yeah, so the tail is separate from this bait. I put the tail in the slot. Paint job's kind of cool. The carving's kind of cool. Yeah, it's got this fin on the bottom. As far as like the look of the carving of the body, there's no like top fins, like spikes, so it looks kind of goofy. And also like the angle of this Lexan lip, like I don't know if that's gonna wake or if it's gonna swim. Like, that's the part that I have trouble with, and I don't know if it has lead in it or not, but like I don't know how to like, because this thing could easily just like go to the side and just like not swim at all, like, and it's skinny, so like I don't know if it's gonna stay that way. I almost need like a lot of lead in here to keep this thing standing up and to swim straight. So that's the biggest, like my biggest weakness when it comes to carving stuff and like making a wooden bait out of. And also this tail is solid wood, so there's no flex and there's no like movement. So I don't know. It's just practice. It's my 3rd one. Throw me a bone. So yeah, I got I used like the same gauge twist wire, but I made the hole, like made the circle smaller. Like, all the hardware is really good, as far as like the split rings and hooks, but like, then I put the what is this called? The line, whatever. I put it there, like right under the mouth. Like, I don't know, like, hell out of me, like it's gonna delete itself. Let's see what my battery is at. 50%. So this video should finish and I should be able to save it. So this is the last wooden bait I made. This is a perch. I wanted to make a perch. I have not tested this bait, but there. Ooh, ow. This is fake bucktail, so I'm gonna hold it from there because I'm gonna be hiding it. So the fins are separate from the bait. I don't even know how I put them on there. I think I put like pieces of wire and stuck them in holes and shoved them in there and then painted over it and clear coated over it. But here's a weird joint I made. So this is honestly like a wooden cylinder cut into like 3 pieces. And then I put a rod through that, and then I have this 2 twist wires from the tail section going into that. The carving's not terrible. The painting's not, I don't know, I don't think it's terrible. Here's the other side. So it's pretty, like, symmetrical looking. The hooks are 4-aught hooks with, I went with, like, a reddish, I don't know, feather. I was going to go with, like, a hot orange for, like, a perch, but I just went with that. I haven't fished this yet. This is where I placed the twist wire at the head. So like it does have a lead insert in it, but like I don't know how this thing's gonna swim. Like I don't have like, I never think of like, hey, I should take out my baits that I carved and go test them. Like I never think of that. But yeah, this tail is soft-ish, and I glued it into a slot in the tail. So like, hopefully this thing is probably the best swimming bait I have. I don't know if it's gonna like glide or anything, but it's like, it feels super light, so it might just be terrible. So those are all the baits that I've carved and painted in my life right there. There's also an airbrush jerk bait I made. 110 or 110 plus 1 blanks I got off like eBay. It's kind of translucent too, kind of cool. So there we go. Now we've created a buildup, and we're about ready to drop a bomb. The Marling bomb. Here we go. We're not getting distracted or getting interrupted here. We're showing the bait. Whew. Here we go. The paint job on this thing is crazy. Should I show you guys too? No. Look at this. This is a phone camera, by the way. Just imagine in person with like real sunlight how it looks like. So this is a trout pattern, it looks like. Smallmouth. It's got kind of like a smallmouth, I don't know, marks on the gills. That looks freaking cool. So just all the layering in this bait, you can imagine. You know, one day I'm gonna be like 10% as good as him with these paint drops. The eyes, how they sit in the head. Just super clean. And I mean, this thing weighs like, compared to like my baits, this thing, like, I could tell it's gonna swim and glide well. It has a lot of room too. A lot of room to glide. So I'm not like a huge swim bait guy, but I do, if I'm gonna fish something big, it's a glide bait. Like, I catch fish on mid-sized glide baits. That's basically as when I'm fishing like with my big rod, this dude, which I got out, I'm fishing glide baits, mid-sized glide baits. So these have like, I think these are owner treble hooks. Let me just take a look at this quick. Just like the carving of the gills and stuff. There's the face. So he has like the horizontal hook eye. Like I never like thought of that when I make them. The clear coat looks really good too compared to mine. Not that I can compare at all. But there's a lot of like color layering in here. Sorry, my phone camera sucks. I like that like speckled bottom. It's like broken up. I can't even like count how many colors are on here. I like how that clear coat just like makes that eye look like part of the bait. Yeah, so he's got like a custom tail here too. Custom cut tail. Pretty durable feeling. So yeah, I might just like I don't know what time it is, but I might just go toss this thing. Piss off some pike. Interesting. So that's cool. Even like the top has like, see how the top like fades in, like the scales fade in, like the scales are like silver, then they like, fade into like black scales. Got some chartreuse. I'll hit a chartreuse in there. Let's see how much this thing weighs. It's almost almost dead nuts 3 ounces. A little bit under. So I should easily be able to throw this bait. Should I go throw it tonight? I don't even know what plans I have tonight. But I think we could find some time to throw this thing. Well, thank you very much, Nate. Oh yeah, the thing I said I was going to show you that was funny. So before I sent Nate his box of jigs or whatever, I had a plan. I was like, I'm gonna make him a swim bait, you know. So I started one. And it got to a point where I'm like, he made a post of a bait that was like insane. It looks so good, and I'm like, dude, I can't send him this. Like, this is trash. It does look cool at first, but it's obviously not finished. It's not finished, and it does not swim very well or float very well. But I'll show you what I started. This is a magic herp. I do have side fins for each side that I have to carve out, but I have like half of it carved out. This tail needs to be painted, obviously. The whole thing needs to be clear coated. Mouth. I have 2 holes in the mouth. I was gonna put 2 like line ties in there. Is that the terminology? Line ties. So Fish Daddy 401. This is why I was asking you for those eyes that one day, like a long time ago. Eyes for this bait. So the carving of this bait, like for me, hard as hell. But it's pretty simple. I use that twist wire technique, but like, dude, this thing is not gonna swim for crap. Like, there's no like the tail is janky. I put a lip in there. Volk Outdoors, I think, is where I got my lips from. But yeah, it was supposed to be like a cool wake bait, but now it's just like a cool decoration. But maybe one day, if I get my skills up, we could either try to remake this bait or make a Gyarados. That will never happen. Nate could do it. Not to call him out, but yeah. Look at that. I'm sure it swims amazing. But as far as like the looks and the build, it's pretty freaking awesome. I'll be throwing it on. Not the spinning rod, obviously. I just pulled that up. So I got this swimbait rod. I don't think I've showed it before. But I had a Dobbins Fury, the 7.9 heavy, and it got stolen from me. Because people are dicks. So right now I have on Creek Piker Lures. You can check him out on Instagram as well. Got this on here. This is my swimbait rod right now. And I'm not really throwing anything like more than 4 ounces ever. I don't feel a need to. This is rated 3/8 to 4 ounces. This is a Daiwa Rebellion. Let's see, it's a 7-Eleven heavy fast swimbait rod, so it's meant for swimbaits. I think I have 50-pound braid on it just straight right now with this bait. This is a Lose. Dude, I don't even know what reel this is. I think it's a Lose Super Duty 300. That's what it is. Yeah, it's 50-pound braid. I'm gonna probably keep the braid on, fishing with this glide bait. But yeah, I think it's worth tying it on and heading out to local pier. See if we could catch something. Yeah. What do you guys think? So I don't know if this is a coincidence, but this is a Rebellion named rod, right? Does this not, like, speaking of Rebellion, does this not look like a lightsaber? Like, I don't know. Well, boys and girls, I think that is about it. I'm not going to be tying any jigs on this video. I'm still taking orders. I still have a list of orders I'm working on. If you have an order with me right now, it's all accounted for. If you're interested in anything, jigs mostly, send me a DM on Instagram or send me an email. Other than that, I pretty much same stuff is going on over here. Got some new hobbies I've been grinding away on, but the tackle hobby is not dead. Not even dead yet. Not even close. Maybe we'll do that was kind of fun. Maybe I'll do a rod review or something, like a rod. I'll show you guys my rod lineup. Like what I use to fish my favorite baits on. But yeah, let's go fishing. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks to Marling Baits for the bait. Thank you Big Booty Baits for the awesome plastics. Good quality stuff. Bayside Tackle, thank you for the hair jig you made me. Who am I missing? I'm missing one more person. Duby Swimbaits for that sweet wake bait. Hey, we might even throw that. But anyways, reach out to your friends and family. Say how are you. Enjoy your week. I'll talk to you later, I guess. Have fun.